Welcome everybody to the Fishbourne Palace. This place is located in Chichester and was built in 75 AD. It took 30 years to make. The Roman architecture that you will find here will keep all of the surrounding people in awe. Their roundhouses will look like nothing compared to the grandeur of your building. Here you can find plenty of beautiful and intricate mosaics. The building is also very advanced with not only underfloor heating but on the walls too. I will now hand over to my friend Pratik.
Fishbourne Palace is the largest residential Roman building and is about 500,000 square feet. The first building on the site were originally garneries, which were stone house in barn to store food. These were used as a supply base for the Roman army, and they were built in the early stages of the Roman conquest. Now these buildings have been demolished and made space for this wonderful residence. The 30 years of building has met significant standards, including vast terraforming, detailed constructing. As you enter the extravagant palace, you can be met with detailed mosaics, varnished glistening oil, handcrafted sculptures, and wall paintings of high quality. However, despite all of these things, this palace has a feature that will make life most comfortable here at this place: underfloor heating. Even in the cold weather of Britannia, you can access heat and comfort using this amazing technology. A furnace outside building will produce hot air down the channel that goes under the floor and circulates through evenly because of carefully placed stone brick slabs stacked in piles evenly spaced under the floor. And to add extra luxury, there are flues in the wall that allow hot air to rise through, and heat is disposed in tiny little holes in the ceiling. Now to George, who will cover the west and south wing.
A remarkable new Medusa mosaic was laid over an earlier mosaic in the centre of the north wing in about 100 CE, and it sure is a work of art. The west wing contained staterooms, a large ceremonial reception room, and a gallery. The south wing contained the owner's private apartments, which were as extravagant as the rest of the residences, but now it is free for use. In addition, the south wing overlooked a vast artificial terrace laid out as a rectangular garden extending 300 feet towards the sea, where there was a quay wall. Here you can sit back and admire the view. Wherever you go, the palace is full of decor and quality. This palace also has over 100 rooms, which is more than enough to hold as many guests as you wish. You wouldn't want to miss out on that. And now I hand it over to Sid with the rest of the wings.
The east and north wing. The north and east wings are each made up of suites and rooms built around courtyards, with a monumental entrance in the middle of the east wing. In the northeast corner is a huge aisled assembly hall. North wing has the most elaborate visible mosaics, which you can admire as part of this purchase. The palace includes as many as 50 excellent neat mosaic floors, underfloor central heating, and an integral bathhouse in the north wing where you can relax. Nowadays, the mosaics have lost their grand colour, and many of the tiles have been scraped off because of farming on the land. However, they are still some of the best mosaics you can find in England.
Thank you, Sid. I would like to first of all discuss the mosaics. These beautiful pieces of art were handmade piece by piece, and yes, here's one of my favourites out of all of them, Cupid on a dolphin. This, just by looking at the size of it, would probably have taken approximately 5 years to make. You may notice a large dip in the mosaic, and this is because of the rotting ground beneath it. There used to be another mosaic underneath, but as the dip started to form, they thought of building another one on top. This held up for a while, but unfortunately soon followed suit.
Now, onto the largest and grandest part of the palace, the garden. It could have also been the only part you actually saw, as there was an enormous path leading out of it, all the way to the sea, which meant that lots of people would be in the garden whilst they waited for an audience with King Cogidubnus, who was the previous owner of the castle. Like the palace, the garden was made to look as Roman as possible. It is around 90 by 70 meters large and is laid out like the popular formal garden that was preferred at the time of the Romans. At the edges of the path run 2 long hedges that loop and curve like rivers. The 2 massive lawns on either side of the garden are not rolled and mowed like the ones we have today. Rather, the grass is kept short and tidy. At the edges of the garden, there are a copious amount of places for different plants and flowers. The garden is a nice place to be.
Well, as you can see, Fishbourne Palace is an amazing place to live with the beautiful design, the abundance of space and open area. What's not to love? Our price is starting at 14 million. It's a bargain, but it can be negotiated. This property is a very sought after area, so make sure you get your offer in quick. Early bird catches the worm. Please contact 074 5819 64844 or visit www.fishbournerealestates.co.uk for more information.